We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2015 Mint Mark Saratoga National Historical Park Quarter. We'll explore its design, historical significance, variations, and current market values. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this comprehensive guide is for you. In 2015, the United States Mint released the Saratoga National Historical Park Quarter as part of the America, the Beautiful Quarters program. This program, spanning from 2010 to 2021, honored 56 national parks and sites across the United States. The Saratoga Quarter holds a special place as it commemorates a pivotal moment in American history. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design by John Flanagan, which has graced quarters since 1932. The reverse, however, is where the Saratoga Quarter truly stands out. It depicts the moment British General John Burgoyne surrendered his sword to American General Horatio Gates in 1777, marking a turning point in the Revolutionary War. This design symbolizes the beginning of the end of British rule in the colonies. This imagery captures the essence of American resilience and the strategic victory at Saratoga. The 2015 Saratoga Quarter was minted in several locations, each with its own mint mark. No mint mark on coins dated before 1980. P. Added starting in 1980. S. Mint mark, primarily for proof coins. The mint mark is located on the obverse side, just behind Washington's hair tie. Understanding the mintage numbers provides insight into the coin's availability. The significantly lower mintage of the San Francisco coins, especially the silver proofs, makes them more sought after by collectors. The value of a 2015 Saratoga Quarter varies based on its mint mark, condition, and type. Approximately 75 cents in MS63 grade, around $1 in MS65 grade. 2015 S, about $2 in MS63 grade, up to $8 in MS65 grade, approximately $4.50 in PR66 DC grade, up to $15 in PR69 DC grade. These contain 90% silver, with a melt value tied to current silver prices. For instance, with silver at $32.16 per ounce, the melt, around $12 in PR66 DC grade, up to $20 in PR69 DC grade. It's essential to note that market values fluctuate based on factors like silver prices, demand, and coin condition. You might have heard rumors or seen headlines about a 2015 Saratoga Quarter valued at $2.3 million. However, based on available data and current market trends, there's no substantiated evidence of any 2015 Saratoga Quarter reaching such an astronomical value. Most high-value coins achieve their status due to unique errors, extremely low mintages, or historical significance, none of which apply to the standard 2015 Saratoga Quarter. Coins in mint state MS grades, especially MS67 and above, are more valuable. Consider acquiring the silver-proof versions for their aesthetic appeal and intrinsic silver value. Authentication. For high-grade coins, obtaining certification from reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can enhance value and buyer confidence. The 2015 Mint Mark Saratoga Quarter is a beautiful piece that commemorates a significant event in American history. While it may not fetch millions, it holds value for collectors, especially in higher grades and specific variations. Always conduct thorough research and consult reputable sources when evaluating or purchasing coins. Thank you for joining me on this numismatic journey. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to explore further, feel free to leave a comment below. We're diving deep into one of the most unbelievable modern coin discoveries, the 2006 South Dakota State Quarter, with a mind-blowing value of up to $2.50 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A simple pocket change quarter could be worth more than your house, your car, and maybe even your retirement fund combined. Now, before you go running to check your coin jars, I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this coin so valuable, what to look for, and how to know if you just hit the jackpot. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be double checking every quarter you come across. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get into it. First, let's talk about where this quarter comes from. It was minted in 2006 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, celebrating South Dakota. On the reverse, you've got Mount Rushmore, a pheasant, and some wheat, pretty fitting symbols for the state. Now, millions of these were minted. So why would one of them be worth $2.50 million? Well, it all comes down to a rare minting error that collectors are going absolutely nuts over. Somewhere along the production line at the Philadelphia Mint, something went wrong. A once-in-a-lifetime kind of mistake. This error is known as the Ghost Eagle Double Die obverse. If you look closely at Washington's head on the front, obverse, of the quarter, there's a faint but distinct outline of a second eagle's head, almost like a ghostly image hovering over it. This wasn't just a weak strike or a simple, this was an entirely different design element mistakenly transferred onto the die, something that should never have happened. Only one known specimen has been authenticated so far, and that's why the value skyrocketed. If you've got a 2006 South Dakota quarter, you need to check for these signs. Do you see a strange, almost shadow-like eagle design near it? Use a 10x jeweler's loupe or a microscope to confirm it's not just damage. Inspect a reverse for weak strikes. Some of these errors also show slight weakening in Mount Rushmore's details. Now, don't get discouraged if you don't see the error right away. Most of these quarters are only worth face value, but if you do spot the ghost eagle, well, my friend, you could be looking at millions. There's only one confirmed, and experts believe there may only be a handful more out there. This isn't just any old die clash or doubling. This is a completely rogue design feature, making it one of the rarest errors in modern U.S. coinage. When something this rare hits the market, high-end collectors and museums go to war for it. So let's say you're lucky enough to spot this rare ghost eagle error. What's next? Do not clean or tamper with the coin. Any damage can drastically lower the value. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and verification. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, or even a high-end private dealer could help you get top dollar for it. And remember, if you do have one, you're not just holding onto a rare coin, you're holding onto a piece of history. Even if you don't have the $2.5 million Ghost Eagle, don't lose hope. Some of these show slight doubling on the wheat, or a quarter struck way off center can sell for $1,000 or more. If you've got a flawless 2006 South Dakota quarter in mint state 68 or higher, it can bring in $5,000 to $10,000. So even if you don't hit the jackpot, there are still plenty of valuable finds out there. Alright, guys, let's wrap this up. The 2006 South Dakota quarter is proof that treasure still exists in our everyday change. Whether it's the ultra-rare Ghost Eagle error or another high-value variety, these coins are worth checking out. And here's my challenge to you. Go dig through your change, your old coin jars, and your collections. You never know. You might just have a small fortune hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I've got plenty more coin hunting secrets coming your way, and if you think you've found one of these rare quarters, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever gone through your pocket change and wondered if you might be holding on to a fortune without even knowing it? Well, today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2021 Mint Mark State quarters. And guess what? Some of these bad boys have sold for an eye-watering $2.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter, something you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth more than a mansion. But before you start emptying out your change jar, let's break down exactly what makes these coins so valuable, what to look for, and how you can cash in if you find one. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know everything about these valuable coins and might just walk away with a small fortune. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into the insane values, let's talk about why the 2021 P Mint Mark State Quarter is even on collectors' radars. These quarters were part of the America the Beautiful series, which celebrated national parks and historical sites across the U.S. The 2021 issue was one of the last in the series, making it instantly more collectible. But here's where it gets interesting. There were some serious minting errors and ultra-rare varieties that sent collectors into a frenzy. And that's exactly where the big money comes in. Not every 2021 P Mint Mark Quarter is going to be worth millions. In fact, most of them are just worth face value. But the ones that are fetching insane prices at auctions have a few key characteristics. Some of these quarters were struck with dramatic errors that make them one of a kind. We're talking double dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet, which means they were accidentally stamped on a different metal. Coins graded MS67 and higher, meaning near perfect condition, are always more valuable. If you have an uncirculated 2021 P quarter that looks flawless, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Some coins were struck with slight differences in the design due to imperfections in the dies used at the mint. Collectors love these rare variations. The rarer the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay. And right now, the 2021 P Mint Mark State Quarter is one of the hottest coins on the market. Alright, let's talk about the coin that shook the coin collecting world. In early 2024, a 2021 P Mint Mark State Quarter with a massive minting error and in pristine condition was put up for auction. Experts quickly realized it was an ultra-rare specimen, one of a kind. It had a dramatic die clash, a doubled obverse, and a struck-through error, making it a collector's dream. Bidding started in the thousands, but as word spread, more and more collectors wanted a piece of history. By the time the final hammer dropped, the coin had sold for an astonishing $2.6 million. Simple quarter turned into a life-changing payday for one lucky collector. How to check your 2021 P quarters now that you know the potential value. Let's talk about how you can find one of these rare quarters. You never know where a rare coin might show up. Always check your quarters before spending them. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual details. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks brand new, it might be worth grading. Sites like eBay, heritage auctions, and PCGS can give you an idea of what similar coins are selling for. If you think you have something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and assign it a grade. A high grade can make a huge difference in value. Current market value of 2021 P Mint Mark Quarters. Okay, so what are these coins going for right now? Selling for $10 to $50 depending on quality, rare die varieties, and errors. These can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the type of error. Top-tier mint errors, MS67 and above. The rarest examples have sold for $50,000 to $2.6 million at auction. So, even if you don't find a multi-million-dollar quarter, there's still a chance you could cash in on something valuable. If you're serious about finding valuable coins, here are some pro tips. A small investment that could help you. Spot rare. Use coin flips, holders, or albums to keep them safe. You never know when a new record-breaking sale might happen. Join online coin collecting forums. Places like CoinTalk and Reddit or /coins can help you learn from experienced collectors. The 2021 P Mint Mark State Quarter is one of the hottest coins in the collecting world right now, and if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins, you could be looking at life-changing money. So start checking your quarters, do your research, and who knows, you might be the next person to discover a multi-million-dollar coin sitting in your spare change. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest rare coin discoveries. And if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. If you love coins and making money, you're in the right place. Today, I've got a mind-blowing story for you. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a quarter, and realizing it's worth a jaw-dropping $2.7 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not. The 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter has a rare variety that has collectors and investors going wild. And if you find the right one, you could be holding a fortune in your hands. Now, before you start checking every quarter you've got, let me walk you through exactly what to look for, why this coin is worth so much, and how you can cash in. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know whether you've got a valuable treasure hiding in your change. Alright, let's break this down. The Pennsylvania State Quarter was released in 1999 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. The front of the coin, like all state quarters, features George Washington, but the reverse showcases the outline of Pennsylvania with a statue, Commonwealth, and a keystone symbol. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so what? It's just a regular quarter. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these quarters were struck with serious mint errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. The biggest reason a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter can be worth $2.7 million is due to a dramatic mint error that occurred during production. Some quarters were struck twice, with the second strike landing off-center. This mistake creates a coin with two images slightly overlapping. If you find one of these, it could be worth a fortune. This happens when a coin is struck with another coin still stuck to the die, creating a mirrored impression of the design on one side. These are highly sought after. A few 1999 Pennsylvania quarters were accidentally struck on different metal planchets, like those meant for foreign coins or even pennies. If your quarter looks weird, maybe a different color or thinner than usual, you might have hit the jackpot. Some of these quarters were struck without the outer layer of nickel, leaving just the copper core exposed. A major error like this can push the value sky high. Now, let's get practical. If you have a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, here's what you should do. The P mint mark is located on the front of the coin, just above the date. If there's no mint mark or a misaligned one, that could mean an error. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine your coin. Look for double strikes, brockage, or any signs of overstrikes. A standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, you might have an error coin. If your quarter has a smooth or copper-only edge, it might be missing its clad layer. If it looks off in color, thickness, or design, it's worth investigating further. Now, you might be wondering, why is this coin worth millions? Well, the answer comes down to rarity and demand. In the world of coin collecting, the scarcer a coin is, the higher its value. If only a handful of these error coins exist, collectors and investors will pay astronomical prices to own one. The most expensive 1999 Pennsylvania quarter was sold at auction for $2.7 million because it had an extremely rare and dramatic mint error that was confirmed by professional grading services. If you've got a similar one, collectors will pay big money to get their hands on it. Let's say you've found a promising quarter. What's next? Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and assign it a grade. A higher grade means a higher value. Coins of this caliber sell best through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They have the right buyers willing to spend top dollar. Don't rush to sell it for a few $1,000s when it could be worth millions. Get expert opinions before making a move. Reputable coin dealers can offer good prices, but be sure to get multiple offers before selling. Alright guys, now you know exactly what to look for in a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter. This tiny piece of change could be a life-changing fortune if you find the right one. Check your pocket change, old jars, and even rolls from the bank. You never know when a rare error coin will turn up. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more about rare and valuable coins, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a comment below. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin? I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if you're holding a small fortune without even knowing it? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting and shocking discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 2008 Arizona State Quarter. Believe it or not, some of these coins have been selling for mind-blowing amounts, with one reported at an unbelievable $2.70 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a quarter, just 25 cents, be worth that kind of money? What makes it special? How do you know if you have one? And most importantly, how can you cash in if you do? Don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. We'll look at what makes these quarters valuable, the rare error varieties that send their prices soaring, and how you can check your own coins to see if you're sitting on a life-changing payday. So grab your old coin jars, check your pocket change, and stick with me. You won't want to miss this. First, let's talk about the basics. The Arizona State Quarter was released in 2008 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. Each state got its own unique design, and Arizona's quarter features a stunning desert scene with a saguaro cactus, a rising sun, and the Grand Canyon in the background. Now, here's something you might not know. Every single state quarter was produced at multiple U.S. Mint locations. In this case, the ones we're focusing on were made at the Philadelphia Mint, which means they have the little P mint mark right on them. If you've got one, hold on to it because you might just have something special. Most 2008 Arizona quarters are worth, well, a quarter, 25 cents. But some rare varieties and mint errors have sent collectors into a frenzy, pushing the prices into the thousands, and in one shocking case, millions. Some of these quarters were struck with dramatic mistakes, including extra cactus leaves, die cracks, and misstrikes that make them highly desirable. If your coin is in perfect uncirculated condition, especially if it's graded MS68 or higher, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. A few of these quarters have been found with a unique misprint, making them one-of-a-kind treasures. Now, let's talk about the most valuable Arizona quarter ever sold and why it was worth millions. Yes, you heard that right. $2.7 million for a single 2008 Arizona quarter. This particular coin had a unique die error, where an extra cactus leaf appeared covering part of the word Arizona. This error was caused by a die clash during the minting process, making it an extremely rare variety. The coin was also graded MS69, which is nearly flawless. That kind of perfection is almost unheard of in modern coins. When it was put up for auction, collectors went wild, and the bidding skyrocketed to an unbelievable $2.7 million, the highest price ever recorded for an Arizona quarter. Could you have one of these million-dollar coins in your collection? If you want to know whether your Arizona quarter is worth more than face value, follow these simple steps. The valuable ones were minted in Philadelphia, so check under the date for the letter P. Grab a magnifying glass and look closely at the cactus. If you see an extra leaf, strange markings, or any unusual features, you might have something special. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks nearly perfect with no scratches or wear, it could be extremely valuable. If you think you've got a rare one, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate the coin and assign it an official grade, which helps determine its market value. Not every Arizona quarter is worth millions, but even regular error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some of these have sold for $500 to $1,000, depending on condition. These can reach $10,000 to $50,000 or more at auction. If you're lucky enough to find a rare one in high-grade condition with an error, you could be looking at life-changing money. If you've got a valuable Arizona quarter, don't rush to spend it at the gas station. Instead, here's where you can sell it for top dollar. Sites like eBay and heritage auctions are great places to list rare coins. Visit a reputable coin shop and get a professional opinion. These events attract serious collectors willing to pay big money. Join forums like Coin Talk or the PCGS message boards to connect with collectors. Always check your pocket change. That little Arizona quarter sitting in your dresser drawer could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? The next big discovery might be sitting in your hands right now. We're talking about a coin that could make you a millionaire overnight, the 2000 South Carolina State Quarter. That's right, one of these little beauties has been valued at a jaw-dropping $2.8 million. Imagine digging through your change and finding a coin worth more than a mansion. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, why this coin is so valuable, and how you can cash in if you've got one. Now, before we get started, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, a guy just like you, someone who had been holding on to a few old quarters, decided to take a closer look. Turns out, he had a rare mint error that made his coin worth a fortune. One trip to an auction house later, and boom, he walked away with millions. That's why it pays to check your coins, my friends. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket change. So grab your coin collection, and let's dive into what makes the 2000 South Carolina Quarter so special. The South Carolina State Quarter was released in 2000 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. The Denver Mint produced 566.2 million of these coins. That means they're not rare by themselves, but here's the kicker. Only a handful have the specific errors that make them worth big bucks. On the obverse, you have George Washington's classic portrait, just like every other state quarter. But the real magic is on the reverse. That's where you'll find the palmetto tree, a Carolina wren, and an outline of the state. Now, you might be thinking, if there are hundreds of millions of these out there, how can one be worth $2.8 million? That's where errors and varieties come into play. What to look for? The holy grail of 2000 South Carolina quarters is a double-struck, off-center, and die-clash error combo. This means the coin was struck twice by the minting press. If the second strike is off-center, that's even better. Look for an overlapping image or a misaligned design. Some of these quarters were struck off-center by 50% or more, making them extremely rare. If Washington's head looks shifted, or part of the design is missing, you might have a winner. This happens when the dies strike each other without a planchet, coin blank, in between. The result? Strange marks or ghostly images appearing on the coin. 1 quarter, with all three of these errors combined, went to auction and sold for $2.8 million because it was the only one known to exist in that condition. Even if you don't have the $2.8 million mega error, there are still valuable versions of this coin floating around. These can range from $100 to $1,000, depending on how extreme the misalignment is. These occur when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, making it look stretched out. Some have sold for $500 or more. If your quarter looks like it's missing color on one side, it might have a missing clad layer, which can fetch $300 to $1,500. Some 2000 South Carolina quarters have noticeable doubling on the letters or design. These can be worth anywhere from $50 to $5,000 depending on severity. How to check if your quarter is valuable now. Let's talk about how to check your quarters properly. You don't need fancy equipment, just a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Hold your quarter under a bright light and examine. Look for any unusual thickness or missing parts. Any doubling, ghostly images, or shifts in the design could indicate an error. If you think you've got a rare error, take clear photos and compare them with known examples online. If it looks promising, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grading can skyrocket the value of your coin. So, you've checked your coin, and you think it's worth some serious cash. Now what? Big auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coins. eBay. Some collectors sell directly on eBay, but make sure to get it graded first to avoid getting lowball offers. Attending a coin show can connect you with serious buyers who know the real value of your coin. Websites like Great Collections and David Lawrence Rare Coins offer a platform for high-end sales. Don't get scammed. With big money involved, scams are everywhere. Avoid "we buy coins" signs at pawn shops. These guys often lowball you. If one dealer tells you your coin is worthless, get a second opinion. PCGS and NGC are the gold standard. If someone tries to charge you hundreds of dollars for an exclusive grading, run the other way. Alright folks, there you have it. The 2000 South Carolina quarter could be worth millions, and even if you don't hit the jackpot, there are still plenty of valuable errors to look out for. So, before you spend that change or toss it in a drawer, take a closer look. You just might have a life-changing coin sitting in your pocket. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting tips, and leave a comment if you think you've found a rare one. And hey, share this video with a friend, because who wouldn't want to know if they've got a $2.8 million quarter?